Hello, I'm the animator's friend. Thanks for tuning into my show today. It's a little, I wouldn't say it's a bonus episode because it is a standard interview, but it is extra. It's an extra little surprise at the end of the month instead of waiting till the next month. My buddy Brent Sievers was in town. He lives in LA. He came to New York because his show, The Land of Bogs, won a Webby. Land of Bogs is a BuzzFeed animated web series that's created by Brent and Liz Hickey. And it's about two best friends, an introvert and an extrovert, learning to embrace the wondrous chaos that comes with growing up. Brent and his creative partner, Simeon Kondev, who I met Brent through at Ottawa not many years ago, maybe a few years ago. They went to the Webbies and got to receive their award. It all sounded very exciting. I'm excited for them. It's a big, accomplishment that I think was a long time coming. There's a lot of visual aids that go along with our talk about the Webbies, between Brent's outfit, meeting interesting people at the show, and other shenanigans. So be sure to check those photos out on my Instagram, Lucky Dog Face. This episode is nice and snappy because Brent was hungry. So we kept it quick so that he could go and eat afterwards. So please enjoy this conversation with my starving friend, Brent Sievers. I was asking if you think that you're a proper Angelino.
Oh, if I'm a proper Angelino?
Because I know that you're not. Like, how long have you been there?
Okay, I've been there like a decade.
Okay.
10 years. That feels like I'm a proper Angelino now.
They say that for New York too, 10 years.
The New York journalist, I forget his name, but he had a famous quote. He said, "One belongs to New York instantly."
Oh.
Do you believe in that?
Mm-mm. No. It takes like a long time, I feel like, to gel.
It takes a long time to gel.
How do you feel like when you come here?
I feel like I belong to the city instantly. Tom Wolfe, quote by Tom Wolfe. "One belongs to New York instantly. One belongs to it as much in 5 minutes as in 5 years. As in 10 minutes as in 10 years.
I feel like my relationship for like the first 2 or 3 years was very antagonistic. Like the city was my antagonist.
Oh.
Now I feel like it's my sidekick.
Interesting. A sidekick relationship. You're the hero. This 8 million person metropolis is merely an extension of your your powers.
Yeah.
And what was antagonistic about the city for you?
I think that when you're not, like, I come from the country, so
Oh wait, yeah. Where did you grow up again?
3 hours north. I feel like when people think of upstate New York, they think of like the Hudson Valley because it's like cool and like easy to get to from the city. It's not that, it's further up. So I just think that it's like very exhausting, like every day, like commuting, the subway, the people, being in a big building with a bunch of people, having to carry your groceries everywhere. It's like into your day a lot. And is exhausting. And I think that it took a long time for me to not be exhausted by those things.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is exhausting.
Do you feel exhausted?
I forget how nice it is to have a car.
Yeah.
Which is just like a big house or like closet on wheels that you can just dump all your stuff into.
Yeah.
I was talking with Simeon about the big bag trend. Now guys are carrying around big bags. And he like puts his whole jacket in his big bag. And I'm like, this is great. And then I'm like, well, why don't I have this bag? Why doesn't anyone I know have this bag? And I'm like, oh, it's because we put stuff in our car. Like, because we're going somewhere, the stuff is in our car.
Your car.
We don't
is
need
your
to
big
carry
bag.
everything. We're not leaving for the day with a big bag and all of our belongings are inside of it.
Yeah.
To answer your question, I think I do. I guess I feel like an Angelino now.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I can belong in a lot of spaces, though. I feel like a Northeasterner because I went to school here, and I visit New York like once or twice a year. But I feel like I understand the systems and the rhythm of LA better than New York just because I don't live here.
Do you think it's also like a West Coast thing? Because I mean, you're a West Coast person.
West Coast is not a monolith.
Okay.
Just like you're not Florida, right? You're both on the East Coast, but this ain't Miami.
But I feel like I would have more of a very easy kinship with somebody from Florida than I would maybe somebody else in
from
some other
California.
I don't know. I think that there's more of like a shorthand with people that are on the East Coast. Truly.
Oh, interesting. So
Yeah.
somebody from Florida understands something about you.
Yeah.
That somebody from Seattle wouldn't.
I think so.
Yeah. I mean, like, there's a lot of like, I think West Coast is sort of optimism and like adventure more than what I've seen from the East Coast. East Coast is like pragmatism, sort of like industriousness, and like West Coasters are crazy. And that's because that's our heritage. Everybody who lives there were the immigrants of immigrants or whatever. Like we're the crazy ones that went looking for gold.
Yeah.
And we stayed there.
Yeah.
So we're a little crazy. But I think that Seattle is a different vibe from LA. No, Oregon's the same vibe as Seattle. LA is actually completely unique. I take it all back. LA, San Diego has more in common with Seattle than LA has in common with anywhere else.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. San Francisco, Portland, Seattle, Vancouver are homies. We can all vibe. LA's its own thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that for sure.
Are any of these the questions?
No.
Or are we okay?
We can start the questionnaire. I feel like.
Yeah, fire it up.
Because like the other stuff I was going to ask is just about like the Webby and your show. But like, that's not what the show's about, really. It's about, the other stuff.
Hot goss.
Yeah. Hot goss.
Let's get to what the show's about.
Okay. 1, what's your sign?
Okay. I saw these ones ahead of time and I was like, is she really going to ask me?
Yes.
Sagittarius.
I want to know. Sagittarius.
Did you guess that already?
No, I had no idea.
Okay.
I actually thought, do you know any more about your chart? Like, do you know like your rising and your moon?
Oh God. I have CoStar. I'm in LA. If you live in LA, CoStar is like a Facebook account. Like you're born with it.
Yeah.
And I don't remember what my other signs are, but I am a Sag.
I would have guessed that there's some Aquarius going on. Does that ring a bell to you?
I can pull it up. Do you want me to pull it up?
It's up to you.
Okay.
You thought I sent you fake questions?
I don't know. I like looked at those and I'm like, are we really doing astrology? Oh, Sun in Sagittarius, Moon in Gemini, Ascendant Cancer, Mercury Sagittarius, Venus in Scorpio, Mars in Sagittarius, Jupiter in Virgo, Saturn in Aquarius.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. So there's a little Aquarius. I can see that. So your rising is Cancer and your moon is Gemini.
Yeah.
And then you're Sagittarius.
What is it about Aquarius?
Aquarius, they're like very like intelligent and clever, but they're almost like they can be like aloof in their intelligence and their cleverness.
Interesting. Interesting. Are you an Aquarius?
No. I'm a Gemini. Yeah.
Okay.
I can see Gemini for you though too.
Okay.
Gemini's like social. They like to get along with a lot of people, you know?
Yeah.
Or they can get along with a lot of people.
Yeah.
And then Cancer. I feel like the Cancer Sagittarius combination is maybe what I'm reading. Because Cancer's like emotional, but a little like insular. But then Sagittarius is very like fun and like crazy and restless. But then it's almost like maybe your Cancer is like trying to contain your Sagittarius.
That's interesting. I'll think more about that.
2, what's your relationship to caffeine?
I try to do one a day.
Coffee?
Coffee. I like really consciously try to limit it. Sometimes I get a boba in the afternoon as like a little treat. But yeah, I don't know. I just see people that drink like multiples a day, and I'm like, I don't want to get like depressed if I don't have access to coffee. And I feel like on those days when I need it, like I can get hyped up with more than one. I can get like two, and that's twice as much coffee as I have on a normal day. And then it'll like power me through whatever I'm going through. That's kind of my reasoning behind that. What's your coffee?
I have a cappuccino in the morning, and I at least have that. And then like if I'm feeling crazy, I'll do a second one.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I'm going to do stuff in the evening, I'll have an espresso in the afternoon.
Nice.
So I had one today.
A little espresso shot, just a straight shot?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool.
How do you like your coffee?
I hate making coffee more than anything in the world. So I bought like, they are little like Keurig frozen capsules.
Oh.
And they're from Cometeer. So it's like they already brewed the coffee. So it's like a coffee concentrate in a frozen puck. And you can thaw them in the fridge overnight, or you can dump it into a hot cup of water.
Mm-hmm.
And it just makes like the coffee's done. And then I just pour milk in it, like a little bit of milk.
So it's cold.
Most of the time I like it cold.
Okay.
Because I'm in LA.
Uh-huh.
And so cold coffee's the vibe most of the time.
Okay.
That's mostly my coffee, or a flat white. If I go to a coffee shop.
Yeah. 3, what did you eat today?
Oh my God, I had kava.
Mm-hmm.
I was really craving kava, and my coworker Kate Costello has never had kava.
Uh-huh.
So I helped her order the best thing at kava. And then, oh my God, I had one of those little breakfast burritos from Burritos Number One. You know that place? Or Tacos Number One?
Oh, Los Tacos
Number One.
Yeah, I didn't know they made breakfast burritos.
Yeah, the one in Times Square. They just have a little cart out front that sells just little tiny breakfast burritos for $6 a pop. And they're so good.
It's good. Okay,
they're
that's
really
good. To know.
good.
I mean, that place is really good. Their tacos are awesome.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm having for dinner though.
Okay.
I'm thinking about it.
Okay. So what do you think is the good thing to get at Kava? Because I haven't had good experiences with Kava.
You haven't?
No.
Why?
I think it's overrated.
Whoa, shit.
Yeah.
Okay, this is when the podcast gets a little spicy. We're about to have an argument.
Yeah.
The lamb meatballs, the crazy feta. I mean,
what's crazy about the feta?
I don't know. I think maybe they put some kind of herbs in it.
Okay.
The lamb meatballs are so good.
Okay.
Their falafel's good. I don't know. They feel like just like a healthier Chipotle, like an in-between Chipotle and like Sweet Green or something.
Okay.
I'll give you my order and we can fix this.
Okay. What did Kate think of it?
She loved it.
Okay.
She loved it.
Okay.
It was great. We had a great time.
Yeah, maybe I'm ordering wrong. 4, this is your surprise question. I swear I did come up with a better surprise question for you, but I think I just didn't write it down, so it was lost to time. So then I'm stuck with my not favorite question. How would you honestly rate Erewhon to someone who hasn't been there before?
Honestly, you should know the answer to this because I took you there.
But for the listener,
who
hasn't gone with you to Erewhon,
who hasn't gone with me, what do you think I would rate it?
I think you really like it.
Yeah, what do you think I would rate it at? Like what, 10?
Maybe a 7.
9.
Oh. A 9.
It's great. The thing about Erewhon, it's expensive and it's fun to make fun of. That's all part of it. But then like the crazy thing is it's worth it. Like that's the thing people don't talk about. It's like you see TikTokers and they'll like be going through the aisles and pulling things off the shelf. Then they'll be like, $15 for peanut butter. What? Sea moss for $10. Or like they always have like, I think they do this on purpose. They make certain items like obscenely expensive, counting on no one to buy them. Like the $30 ice balls, you get 8 ice balls.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Like I think they just did that like for publicity and it worked.
Yeah.
And then the $19 strawberry from Kyoto. And then like the $20 smoothies.
Yeah.
like these are, I think it's marketing
Mm-hmm.
because like a decent amount of the things, like the bread, Whole Foods bread is more expensive than Erewhon bread and it's worse.
Mm-hmm.
And like some of the other stuff you get, like their homemade sauces, it's pricey, but like the jar is huge.
Mm-hmm.
Their hot bar, you can't go wrong.
Mm-hmm. Like
everything I've had there, I like gawk at the price. Like I got a small thing of soft serve with one topping for like $11. And I was like, this is the thing that I'm gonna hate because this looks boring as heck. I try it, I'm like, this is the best soft serve I've ever had. It's not even dairy. It was coconut soft serve and it beats every dairy soft serve I've ever had.
Yeah.
The smoothies are great. You know, firsthand.
I was disappointed. What I will say is that my skin looked amazing after I got the Hailey Bieber smoothie. But I thought that what I was disappointed in is that I thought it was going to be healthy.
No.
It's not healthy.
No.
I wanted a healthy smoothie.
No.
I wanted like a fruit-based smoothie that
it's
has
ice
like,
cream.
Yeah, I guess it's a smoothie.
Yeah.
It's kind of a milkshake.
It might as well be. It most closely resembles like a very good blended strawberry ice cream.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what it tastes like.
Yeah.
But I did like you had gotten pizza and I had some of that. And that was really good.
The pizza's great. You saw they had that big like wood oven or brick oven in the back.
Yeah.
Like Erewhon, they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They got good stuff. I'm not ashamed of them. And I think it's just so fun. Like it's like Wegmans for you guys or something. Like we are the only ones that have it.
Yeah.
And I don't want them to go anywhere else. I think they should just be in LA.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
It's like a cultural institution.
Yeah.
And it's fun because then people come here and I take them there. Mm-hmm. It's like as fun as taking them to In-N-Out. Mm-hmm. So Erewhon's great and I love it. Okay. Thank you for that question.
You're welcome. So it wasn't a bust. 5, what's your go-to karaoke song?
Oh man. It used to be Rockstar by Nickelback.
Yeah.
It's hard to sing though. I'm starting to realize like I pick really hard songs to sing. I like hurt my voice trying to sing it.
Yeah.
I've been doing like In Too Deep by Sum 41. Mm-hmm. Crazy Bitch by Buck Cherry is kind of fun. Do you remember that song?
How's it go? I'm sure I know.
Oh man, I have a mic. I can do karaoke. I think it's like, hey, you're a crazy bitch, but you fuck so good. I'm on top of it.
Yeah.
I dream of you all night. Get right on. Hey.
Yeah, that's a good karaoke song.
Yeah. It's an underrated. Like, people love it.
Yeah, it's like you hear it and you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah. And you're like, wow, oh, this song like slaps.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know. This guy gets like really into saying like, this guy like really wants to fuck the woman in the song. And it can get kind of awkward. Like you're reading the lyrics and you're just like, I am saying a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Raunchy stuff.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That's a good cue of songs.
What's yours?
It depends. I think one that I feel like I like always like kills is doing Around the World by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Because the part of it is that the first time I did it with my best friend in Oklahoma, of all places. And we just kind of decided we were going to do that song without like thinking that much about it. But then it starts playing and it, you know, I think it like there's like a bass line in the beginning and we realized that like there's this part where like Anthony Kiedis is like, oh, like he screams at the beginning. So we were kind of like, we silently just like looked at each other and like telepathically decided that we were going to do that part. So we were just like, and everybody was just so shocked that like it just drew everybody in and we knew the song so well. So I feel like it's like shocking.
Yeah.
You know, it grabs people's attention because nobody like suspects like two little girls to be up there like screaming and you know.
That's great.
Yeah.
You guys should do like Limp Bizkit next time or something.
Yeah.
You gonna pull that off at Ottawa this year?
Maybe. I've never actually done the karaoke at
You've
Ottawa.
never done it?
No.
Why?
I feel like it's always like a madhouse. It's like I don't want to like fight to get up on that
There's like
stage,
several
you
nights
know?
of karaoke.
There are?
I think there's a couple.
Oh.
The
I always thought
closing
there's just
night
the
party
one.
has karaoke.
I never gone to the
I've never
closing
either.
night.
So
Yeah,
Leon
I
said
always
they do,
leave.
though.
I always
It happens in
leave.
like Chris Robinson's like office or something.
That's
He said there were like
insane.
8 people left by the time they did it.
Maybe it's worth staying then.
Yeah, maybe. It's a more intimate affair.
Yeah. Okay. 6. What was your last celebrity sighting?
Last night,
Really?
I'll say Michael Cohen at the Webby after party.
Wait, the lawyer?
Trump's lawyer.
He was at the Webbies? Why?
He was at the Webby after party. I don't know. Dude, nobody was getting as many photos taken as Michael Cohen. Like, every time I passed that man, he was with a group of people. I think it was just like, it was so bizarre. Like, look at us. Here we go.
Wait, is it really him, or
That's
is it just
him.
somebody that looks like him?
It's absolutely him. We compared it, and then he started talking, and it's him. Like, thick New York accent. Because he was hanging out with the Midas Touch podcast guys, and we were like, just walked up to him and we're like, can we get a picture with you?
Oh my
like, I didn't know what to say, because I was like, I don't like admire you. I don't know. I don't think you want anything. I just really want this. I think it'd be funny. He was like, oh, all right. And he's like, oh, but this guy won the fucking Webby. Don't you want to take a picture with him? Like, well, pick a picture with me. You got to take a picture with the fucking Webby winner. And I was like, it's you. I heard that voice.
That's crazy.
You testified.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Like, unmistakable.
Yeah.
Simeon was so down to get a picture with him, though. I was so happy to.
7, what's your latest fixation?
Like, just for the Webbies, I was trying to get the right fun outfit together.
Mm-hmm.
And I really wanted a fun shirt to wear under my suit. Because I started with like a conservative looking kind of thing. And then I was like, no, I'm an artist. I should have like a fun artist thing. And I think I nailed it. Did you see my outfit?
I saw the shirt at least.
Yeah.
And was it like a flower in the middle?
It was a butterfly. Like, the whole shirt is cool. I mean, like, this is it with like the jacket on.
Oh, cool.
But the shirt itself is actually super dope just by itself.
Where's it from?
It's a Brooklyn artist, but it looks like some like airbrush illustration. It's like 2 guys.
Oh my God.
And they have like watering cans or something.
That's crazy.
Isn't that cute?
It's very Animator.
Thank you. Thank you. It was a good icebreaker because a lot of people were like, I loved your shirt.
Did you guys go up and give a speech?
No.
Oh.
No. We animated a speech too.
Really?
We did a little animated speech. Oh my God. They hated us so much. We were the only ones because they put all the like pictures of the winners on like a big teleprompter thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to show you what ours was. So there's me and Simeon for the Land of Bogs. Yeah, there it is. That's Land of Bogs creator.
Who is that?
I don't know. It's just some bearded guy. They just got the picture wrong.
Oh, they did that.
They did that.
I thought you guys
we didn't put that up there. We were like watching it, and we're like, everybody had their picture correspond to their thing, and then like ours comes up, and we're like, who's that guy?
Yeah, Simeon and Brent. That's him.
When you combine us.
Yeah. Do you think Simeon's mad that you're on the podcast before him?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I told him this. I was coming here.
What did he say?
It was so funny. He was just like, I've never been on the podcast. She's never asked me to be on the podcast.
I did.
She's never asked me to be on Interesting.
I said I want him to be on the podcast. I told him to his face.
Oh.
But we just haven't scheduled
anything. But no
anything.
formal invite.
We haven't scheduled something. Because I just feel like I can schedule that with him anytime.
Mm-hmm.
You're only here for like 5 days.
That's true.
Well, Simeon, I'm sorry. I'll invite you soon, formally. But there's an open invite.
Okay.
For Simeon, for sure.
Okay.
8, what's your greatest extravagance?
I think I just like have expensive tastes in general now. Like, well, they just get kind of more expensive as I live.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've been getting this way with clothes recently where like, I bought some pants from like Uniqlo. So, like, I don't usually buy like fast fashion things.
Mm-hmm.
But then like recently, like I was trying to like copy Simeon's style a bit. So like I bought some pants from there and I bought like a shirt from there.
Yeah.
And like, I don't I don't like them.
Yeah.
Because I don't think like the fabric's not good. And so I need to spend money on pants so that the fabric's good. Because I realize a huge part of clothes that's important to me now that I'm like a 30-something-year-old professional is I'm like, it's like you kind of underestimate how important something feels to wear.
Yeah.
Clothing wise. Like you kind of just see it, like you see mostly clothes from like the outside and you're like, oh, that looks good on this mannequin or something. You're like, this piece would be great for this like outfit. But like if something just doesn't feel good to wear, I don't reach for it. I don't ever want to wear it. So all my pants are like $150+ which might be an extravagance. That sounds like an extravagance when I say it out loud.
Yeah. What materials are you seeking?
Just like a fine, like, just like, oh my God, this doesn't even sound fun to talk about, but like, just like a finer weave is what you look for in like cotton, right? Like a cotton twill that's like, because that's the first thing you notice. Like if you pick up like fast fashion pants, the weave is loose. It feels like just stiffer and kind of like more like cardboard. Like I don't know. Like you feel it and you're like, it's cotton, like something's up with it. Versus like some of the pants I'm looking at or I bought recently are just like you feel it and it's like just like it's so soft. It's so nice. And you can look at it and like the weave is just like much finer. So it makes sense that fabric's more expensive. But I don't know. When it comes to like synthetic fabrics, it doesn't really matter. Like I don't think anybody should be paying a lot for rayon.
9. What were you like in high school?
I was a huge nerd for most of school. Like a big nerd. But I always was in the tennis team, and that was maybe the one like exposure to being a jock that I had.
Were you varsity?
Sophomore and junior year, I was varsity. And then senior year, I quit to do art because I had to work on my portfolio for RISD.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I did tennis because that made me like a little cooler. And then I got like cooler friends later in high school and I like ditched my... and they like all pointed it out to me and that was kind of funny. They were like, you hang out with these people now and you don't hang out with us anymore. And I was like, I don't know. Not that like I'm like cool necessarily in adulthood. Like I just had like really socially awkward like friends like growing up that I was like, I didn't always feel like I should have been friends with them. I was like I think I'm a little cooler than the friends I have right now. And I hung out with theater kids because I feel like art kids and theater kids are adjacent in high school. What were you like in high school?
I was like over it.
You were over it?
I was just over it. I feel like people don't, maybe I should start asking more about like middle school because I feel like middle school is like more dramatic. Like I feel like everybody thinks that high school is going to be like dramatic, but I feel like middle school is like everybody's just their like ugliest, weirdest like self, you know, inside and out. And so I feel like by the time that was like done, I was just like, ugh, now I have to go to like high school with these people, you know what I mean? Like, and like I know that like high school is like another kind of like social milestone and that there's so many important things are supposed to happen in that time, and I just was kind of like uninterested. You know, just kind of like, I'm ready for whatever's next. I don't care that much about this. But I got along with like a lot of different people, but I don't necessarily feel like I belonged to like one particular clique. I had like my certain like really good friends, but they were all kind of like in different groups, you know? But I wasn't popular either.
She was just sort of more of a cool, aloof girl.
Yeah.
Too cool. Yeah. Okay.
10. What do your parents, or what did your parents do for a living?
They both worked for the government. My mom was the HR director for the city of Redmond, which is where Microsoft is located. And then my dad worked for a different Seattle municipality, Shoreline. So he was a lawyer, he was an attorney, and my mom was an HR director. And they were both super jazzed that their son wanted to be an artist because that career sounded more fun than the one they had.
11. What made you want to be an animator?
I went to Rhode Island School of Design. I kind of always knew I would be doing art. And when I got there, it was kind of up in the air. Like I'd done some like Flash cartoons when I was in high school, but I don't think I like finished anything. But I messed around with it. And then when I got to school, they have like the senior shows, like the exhibitions, and they make sure they're like a month or some amount of time before you sign up for your majors. So it's a good opportunity for you to like see everybody's work. So I went to like industrial design. I was like, oh, maybe architecture. Illustration is where most kids go because it's like the drawing major. It's like, well, I can draw, so I'll do the drawing major. Then I went to the auditorium for the FAV show, film animation video show, and they showed all the senior work there, and I was like, oh, this is the best one.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody has to sit in your work is like giant on a big screen, and everybody has to sit quietly and like watch your stuff. So that just gave me like, I don't know, films just seemed like the most impressive thing anyone was doing. And I was like, why would I like just put pictures up in a gallery? Like I should be making like this stuff. Yeah, and me and Simeon were in the same year, and I just thought it was cool that like, I mean, I liked film, but I was like, I was never seriously going to do it because I was like, I don't want to rely on other people. I don't want to have to deal with a lot of equipment. Like, I want to do filmmaking, but I want to be able to draw everything myself because I control everything. Whereas like, I feel like film, you're at the mercy of so many limitations unless you have money or a lot of time or resources. But animation, it's pretty infinite what you can do.
12. What's the first work of art of any kind that made a meaningful impact on you as a child?
Darn, I forgot to look this up because I did read this question and I thought of the answer, but then I was like, oh, I don't know what this is called, but I should like go look it up before I do the interview, and I didn't. But it's, you know what? Maybe it's more. It's kind of more compelling if you don't know what it's called. This is like but this is like a famous piece. It's like a guy. It's a black and white, like little experimental short film where a man is going into like he copies a paper. He like manages to copy himself using like office like equipment, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Do you remember this one? And like he duplicates himself like hundreds and hundreds of times. I don't know. I just remember watching this film, and then it showed up again at art school because that's how I knew it was like an important film, or like there was more to it. And I just remember like watching this because it came on really late at night, and I was like in bed with my dad, and I was like really young. We were just like watching the weird stuff that comes on at night, just where they like shove all the like crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't think I'd stayed up that late to like see that stuff before. It's like seeing an Adult Swim thing for the first time. I was like, oh shit, like films can be weird. I don't know if I can't even say if like the film's any good now. Like anything else that would have made an impact on me? Probably SpongeBob. If I'm honest, SpongeBob probably made the biggest impact on me.
It's huge. Yeah.
I watched so much SpongeBob.
Yeah.
I watched so much TV, much 90s TV. And like, I do think that is a massive influence in my work. I won't lie.
Yeah.
I think it's just something just like ingrains in your DNA at a certain point. And I think SpongeBob, it's as good as anything to be inspired by as a kid. Yeah. I do think SpongeBob, even looking at it as an adult, you really appreciate how good it was. Anyway.
Agreed. We'll look up the film and we'll put it in the show notes.
Okay.
13. When did you feel the most discouraged about pursuing your creative path?
I don't think I can't remember any moment where I was like really discouraged. I don't know. I was like always good at it.
That's good. Yeah.
like I don't know. People were just always supportive of it, so it was never like a moment where I was like, "Oh, I can't do this." It's funny, like people talk about like a creative journey or like getting good at something as being like this rocky sort of like linear line up, but it's like there's all these valleys and dips and like things. And like when I just think back on my life, I just think of a straight linear line up.
Wow.
I'm like I'm like, there wasn't ever anything that really like got in my way or like really left me with a sense of doubt, I guess, that I was like not doing something right. I don't know. I mean, I think I didn't have like a good portfolio coming out of RISD just because it wasn't like very industry focused, but like my degree project was going places. So from that standpoint, I was still like, okay, I know I'm like doing something right. Like the film I made, it won awards. It's got into a bunch of film festivals. It got a Vimeo staff pick. They don't just give those out to anybody.
What was the film? Which one?
It was called The Divide.
Okay, I watched it.
You did?
Yesterday.
Oh, yesterday? for research purposes.
Yeah.
What did you think of it?
It was good.
Be honest.
I did. I'm being honest. I liked like I don't know, I thought the visual like aspect of it was really like compelling, just like indifferent. Like I don't know, like I'm like seeing a lot of just like dynamic shapes and like a lot of movement and stuff like that. And it was just like it was nice.
I stole that style.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think I evolved it to an interesting place. But the film for like 6 to 7 months did not look like that at all. It was graphic in that way. Like the character designs were the same, but like they weren't moving all the time. So I like had most of the film boarded out. And then I saw on Tumblr, Caleb Wood started uploading experiments where he would animate blind. So he would have like a character, but he would separate all the character's elements into just shapes. Like the eye would be a thing, the head would be a thing. And then he was like sort of talked about his process or like showed it in GIFs where it would be like he just wouldn't turn on onion skinning. So the next frame of the thing, he would just be like, well, the ball's over here, and then it's over here, and then it's over here. And then he would be like, okay, now I'm going to do the face. But he wouldn't give himself, he wouldn't show where any of the other things were.
Yeah.
So everything just was kind of like falling off the character and like all over the place.
Yeah.
I was like, I never thought that you could animate like without knowing where the previous frame was, but it creates this really interesting effect. And so I did one test on one scene, which was like the kids outside, like having their heads poking out of the car while the dad's driving. And I did it with that. And it was so cool looking. And I showed it to my roommate. He looked at me and he's like, the whole film has to look like this. And I was like, you're right. I was like, this is too cool. Like, I can't not make the whole thing look like this now.
Yeah.
So I just like really spent like 2 months just like reanimating everything in the film. And I think it was worth it because I think the style looked cool. But like, I didn't like, I kind of took his thing and I like tried to push it forward a bit more. I tried to add more kind of graphic elements. I tried to like add more like intentional motion to things, I guess. And like I did use onion skinning for some things, but like the things I took from him were just sort of breaking everything down into component shapes, right? Like a car's window is separate from the body, is separate from the wheels, is separate from the characters inside the window. And then I was like, well, if the car's turning, the secondary motion can be the windows, can drag behind like the body of the car and can overshoot the car as well as like the passengers. And it makes for this really kind of cartoony graphic smear. So that was like how I kind of ran with his like little style experiment. But yeah, I think I owe a lot of that film just to like Caleb Wood's Tumblr. And like the way he does it is very different even than like what I have in the film.
Yeah.
But like it definitely gave me a really cool jumping off point, I think.
Yeah. Inspiration like that, you know, you might feel like, oh, it feels derivative, but then you make it your own. Like it goes through like the Brent funnel,
The Brent filter.
and then it's something else, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he saw the film and
But
he didn't even pick up that I was like doing his little experiments.
Yeah.
So I think it's different enough.
14, when's the first time you got paid to animate?
There was a YouTube channel. I think like summer of my junior year, they were doing like an explainer video about where the term dry run came from. And it came from firefighters in the 1800s, I guess. They asked me to like rip off a PBS style that was like popular at the time called Blank on Blank. It was like an interview show.
Yeah.
And so I like tried my best to like rip off that style. I got paid like $200 for like a long ass video. And then the Atlantic, when I graduated, saw that. And they were like, oh, like that style was super cool. Like, do you want to do some stuff for us? So yeah, then I got to do a couple editorial animations for the Atlantic. And that was really fun.
15, what character from an animation do you relate to the most?
The thing I think about first is like Squidward, but that's just because people say that. They're like, oh, as a kid, you were SpongeBob. And then as an adult, you relate more to Squidward because you think his childish antics are really annoying. And you actually sort of sympathize with Squidward more.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I'm more of a SpongeBob still in that way. If we're just comparing the two characters. Okay, I'll say SpongeBob.
Okay. 16, what character from an animation do you have a crush on?
Ooh. Maybe Azula, dude. She's a baddie from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh.
She's like have you not seen it? You haven't seen this show? Are you what?
Sorry.
This interview's over. I'm storming out of here. You haven't seen it?
No.
And like no one's ever been like, India, you gotta watch this.
No.
What? This is a West Coast thing? What?
You're the first one who's saying
it's like good.
Upset.
It's like one of the better Nickelodeon things.
Okay.
It's good. It's like now Netflix is making all these spin-off shows of it. Like they see the value in this property.
I'm gonna ask a stupid question. Maybe.
Yeah.
Is it related to Avatar, the film?
No.
Okay.
No. There's nothing to do with
I'm
the film.
blanking on what it is like at all. Like I know the name.
What?
I know.
It's a kid who's like the master of all the elements. So like there's a reincarnation style. There's a lot of like Eastern philosophy in this.
Okay.
And the world is that there are 4 nations. There's the Fire Nation, the Earth Nation, the Water Nation, the Air Nation.
Okay.
And Aang, he's like a little boy, and he is the master of all the elements. And him and his friends have to defeat the Fire Nation, who are the bad guys.
Okay.
And they're modeled after like Imperial Japan. So they're like very industrial, and like everybody else is still sort of stuck in the Bronze Age. It's cool. It's like an epic adventure. It's like Miyazaki meets Harry Potter.
Okay.
Where
is it streaming?
It used to be on Netflix. It's probably some like Paramount show now, though.
Okay.
But I can't believe that. That's wild. Oh my god.
So tell us more about Azula.
I don't know. She's just like a baddie. You have to, you got to watch the show. She's
I'm sure
like,
the listeners are familiar with her.
She's crazy. So she's just she's the star pupil. She's like the princess of the Fire Nation. And she's at odds with her brother, who's also an antagonist in the series. But her brother is kind of inept, and he's like the Team Rocket of the Avatar world. So he like always fails. But Azula, she's badass. She's the only character who can shoot lightning out of her fingers. She's a firebender who can shoot lightning. How cool is that?
Very cool.
And she's like a perfectionist, and she's like super manipulative. She's like cunning. She brings down the Earth Nation by herself. Yeah. So she's a baddie.
Yeah. Powerful.
We like powerful baddies. She's an icon.
Yes. I'll get on it.
Oh
and
my
have
God.
an opinion.
And have an opinion.
Next episode.
You can't be interviewing animators without seeing this series.
17, what's your favorite feature animation?
Maybe like Kiki's Delivery Service or something.
Yeah.
I like that one. I don't know. I like my little witch cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
I like the slice of life sort of grounded Miyazaki stories. I think like Whisper of the Heart's another really good one, which is just about middle school romance. Like there's not really any magic in that one. It's just kind of what it is.
Slice of life, not so different from Moonstruck, perhaps.
She was trying to work Moonstruck into this. She's been dying to.
I thought about it as you were talking.
Moonstruck it is really good. I love the dialogue in Moonstruck.
Yeah.
It just like every conversation feels like real people just having these conversations, which it's so fun because they're still really very well-defined characters, but they just feel so sort of very naturalistic dialogue. It is a lot of fun to watch.
For the listener, I told Brent that Moonstruck's my favorite movie, and he recently watched it. Yeah,
we had a little Criterion Closet moment at Vidiots when you came to LA, and we were like picking out our favorite movies. Yeah. And all I knew is that Moonstruck was like a COVID movie.
I didn't know that.
It was like, I remember there were like articles,
why,
and I was like, "That's interesting."
Yeah.
Like I didn't know why.
I feel like it's like a life affirming kind of movie. You know? It's like it's cozy, it's sweet. It's family, it's love, it's everything.
Yeah, gossiping around a dinner table with your family.
18. What's your favorite short animation?
Ooh, favorite short animation. Golly, we sure have seen a lot of shorts over the years. I feel like I should like have this one in my back pocket or something. Gosh, it's hard. I mean, I remember in school like watching David O'Reilly's work. He was the guy back then. He had made like The External World and Please Say Something, and those were really, that made me interested in 3D. I never did 3D, but I was like, oh, 3D can be like kind of cool. It doesn't have to be Pixar. It can be sort of frame by frame animated and also kind of low res looking, or like low polygon count. Gosh, I'll say the only film I'd ever bought on DVD like to own was like, oh my God, what was it called? It was a French film called like something Silence something. It's about two deaf people and they're like on a date at this guy's house, and the animation is gorgeous. Like it's just this like the way they talk, they sort of choreograph it like a dance where they're doing like the sign language, and then it like moves to the table where their hands are sort of like doing stuff around each other, and then they sort of like get up off of the table and they sort of like do this little sign language dance. Yeah, they don't say anything, so they're just doing sign language. Yeah. But I thought the sound design was incredible. I just thought like it just felt so good as like an animated film. And then eventually the guy or like the woman storms off and like gets in a bike accident. I don't know. I mostly remember the date scene. Yeah. So I just have this DVD full of short films and then this one film that I remembered seeing at a festival. And I was like, oh, I got to own that. Yeah. I want to rewatch that film.
All right. I'll look it up. 19. What's something you believe to be overrated?
Okay, I have a hot take, which is just how I'm feeling this trip.
Sure.
But here you go. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Can you sit down for this?
I'm more sat than
you need
I
a
was.
brace for this one?
Yes.
Okay, this trip, I've been feeling New York's overrated.
Okay, yeah.
Are you offended?
I'm not, no. Somebody might be,
Your
but I'm not.
sidekick?
My sidekick. I'm disloyal to my sidekick.
This was the first time, like usually I come to New York and I'm like, greatest city in North America. Like hands down, how do you even compare with this? And to a degree that's true, but I do this time, especially I think just because I've been staying in Manhattan most of the time this trip, I didn't go to Brooklyn a lot much. I'm like, especially, okay, maybe just Manhattan then. I'm like, I see that like you can feel like trapped here in like this very unique way that I don't ever feel in like other cities.
Yeah.
And I think it's because like if you want to like not feel like you're in an urban place, like you gotta like go somewhere. Like you can't like it takes a while to get out of the like New York of it all, right? Like whereas like there is some kind of appeal to like LA in that way that like I live in like a pretty like suburban residential. There's like some density and there's like a downtown, but it's like there's space. But then like it doesn't take long to get to like an urban area if that's like the vibe I want.
Yeah.
Whereas like here, like I never feel like I'm like out of the city. Like I'm just in it and I better like it.
Yeah.
And if I'm not like feeling humanity that day, like tough shit. Cause like if I want to go to the store or whatever, I've got to like wade through the hordes of people. So I think that's how I've been feeling this trip.
Yeah. I get it.
But maybe when I go back to Brooklyn with my buddy Simeon, I'll feel differently.
Where he lives is very different.
It is different.
Yeah.
But it's got still like Queens just it's got the trappings of like the New York thing though, where like you're outside and like it's cute. But then like you go like near where the subway stations are and it's like it gets gross and like there's a lot more people and like you know, you're always kind of hustling. You're always walking. You're always moving.
Yeah, for sure.
You're always around humanity.
Yeah.
And like the rats.
Maybe I feel like with Simeon, like where Simeon is in that house, like I feel like I see it with like rose-colored glasses because they're like his birthday, not this year, but the year before, I think.
Yeah.
It was the only day that it snowed that whole winter.
Oh, shit.
And it was like, it's so different from like my neighborhood, you know, it feels like so much more suburban there. So it just felt like it did feel to me like I was not in New York anymore. And then the snow was so magical. And the party was like over. I think it was me, Barnaby, and Cynthia, my friends. And I felt like we probably overstayed our welcome at the party. And then we were outside and we were just like, oh, and we were kind of like thinking about like, you know, how are we going to get back? But then we were just like enjoying the snow so much and we were just like talking and just like, I don't know, just loitering. And then Simeon's roommate Dylan, or housemate Dylan, he like came out for a cigarette and like then we kind of just like roped him into our like our blissed out like state. And at some point he was like, are you guys like waiting for a car? Like you guys have been waiting for a long time. And we were like, no. We were just like, I don't know.
Just vibing in the snow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like a really like magical like situation, you know? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you got some magical situations here.
Yeah.
I do think New York on the whole produces more magical situations.
Yeah, it can. Maybe. I don't know. I think it depends on, I'm sure there's magic in LA as well. I'm trying to think of
LA
like
magic.
Any magical moments that I've had. Joshua Tree's magical. I know it's not LA, but
Joshua Tree's great. Yeah. There's like a lot of great, like the outdoor stuff you can do around LA is actually incredible. Like the National Forest is great. Like it was like 80 degrees in LA. I drove an hour and I was like hiking Mount Baldy with my friend. And it's like a new biome. You're not in the desert anymore. It's like alpine. And there was snow on the ground.
Oh, that's crazy.
And it was even snowing like as we were hiking up. And I was like, this is the California thing that's cool that you guys don't have. Is like it's like the California double or whatever where you go snowboarding and then you go surfing. Like that option is very cool.
What's underrated? 20. What's underrated?
And I'll say my cartoon. I think my cartoon's underrated.
Aww. Land of Boss.
I'm proud of it. I think it's underrated because we just feel like it's huge and it's like it just feels like this like it's like some kind of sleeping giant or something. Like most people we've shown it to have like heard of it. But like it doesn't like it's not like famous in the way that like it's a household name or like people would lose their minds, right? It's just like, it's just there. And I think we like make better stuff than like most of the cartoons on the internet, or like at least the short form cartoons. Cause like we know our competition. We like know what else is out there.
Yeah.
And like, I don't think it performs as well most of the time, or like is as consistently good as ours. So I'm tooting my own horn here.
Yeah.
That's what we're here to do.
Yeah.
We're here to plug our own thing.
Yeah.
I mean, we just want a Webby, so
yeah. Maybe not so underrated.
Maybe not anymore, but
I like it.
Thank you.
I feel like there's a lot of things that are very relatable, like in a way that maybe other, kind of like what you were saying, like other content maybe doesn't quite touch on, you know, like just like the human experience and awkwardness and, you know, stuff like that. I also watched the video of you and Simeon like brainstorming ideas. I thought that was so fun to listen to. Yeah. And just all of the like ideas that you guys had and like kind of seeing them coming to life. Like
that is very condensed down.
I'm sure it is, but like,
yeah,
it was fun to just get a slice of it. You know? Yeah.
And it is funny when we do those videos, we're like, sometimes they're more fun to like sort of apply to that video, but like actually most of those ideas are not good to be made into an animation. They're kind of just more fun to just speak aloud than they actually are to apply to a cartoon. All right. I need food.
21, what's your most life-defining decision?
Coming on this podcast next. Life-defining experience or decision. Probably to apply to RISD or go to the pre-college program.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I don't know. I probably wasn't for sure going to an art school, but going to pre-college kind of taught me I wanted to do that.
22, when were you most embarrassed?
This was so scarring for me, which is that like in middle school, I had this like girlfriend, quote unquote. But like, I think we were just friends on AIM. I don't even remember meeting this person, but I thought she was like so cute. And then one time she sends me like an email and it's like the most obvious, just like stupid like internet like quiz that's just like put down your top 3 like fantasy like crushes or something, and like they'll or like whatever, and like for some reason like why am I like, I was the stupidest kid. This girl sends me this thing, I fill it out, I don't put her name on it, I put down like random actresses that I think are cute. Like I think I put Emma Watson on it because I liked Harry Potter. And like I just clicked submit. Like what was I submitting to? And then like she aims me back and she's like so mad because she's like, wow, you put like 3 random people and I didn't even show up once. Like when I did this, I put your name 3 times. And I was like, oh, that's what I was supposed to do? I was like, oh, crap. And then I was like, and like, I was like deeply like bothered by that. Yeah. Like for so long. Because I was like, oh my God, she hates me now.
Yeah.
And I think she like AIM dumped me for that.
Yeah.
And that was like traumatizing because it was like supposed to be my first like girlfriend.
Yeah.
On AIM in middle school.
Do you feel like it influences your behavior in your relationships now?
Maybe. Wow. If this is a therapy session, maybe I'd come to that conclusion. I guess. I don't know. Maybe. I feel like I'm much more like communicative about my feelings for people now. So maybe it taught me something valuable.
Okay. No pain, no gain.
That's what it's all about. Formative years.
Yeah. 23. Who should I interview next?
Simeon next.
Okay.
You knew the answer to that.
I actually thought that you might like list some other people, but no, I'm satisfied.
Interview Simeon.
I of course will interview Simeon. 24. What do you want to plug?
The Land of Bogs is a fun short form comedy series starring two best friends, an introvert and an extrovert. Mm-hmm. It's available on all platforms. Me and Simeon practiced that for the Webbies so we could pitch our show. Just get it out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an incredible series. It's been nominated 3 times for a Streamy Award. Mm-hmm. It's won 2 Webbies, one for DIY video and one for Best Animation Series. It was screened at Ottawa last year, if you'll recall. So it's a good series.
Yeah.
You should watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can attest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
The Animator's Friend is recorded and edited by India Lombardi-Bello with facilities provided in part by the School of Visual Arts MFA Computer Arts Department. Music by Cloutmeyer, designed by Sawyer Rippon. Special thanks to my mom and dad, Lisa Lombardi-Bello and Mick Bello, and Darren Santa Maria. There will be a new episode out next week.